welcome to Culture on I-24 News. I'm Edith Piaf. Thanks for joining me. Today on our program, we'll talk to mentalist Yoni Garcin and see him in action. The 100th anniversary of Edith Piaf's birth. And we'll hear about Star Wars fever that has taken over this past weekend. Yoni Garcin is a mentalist and telepathy artist. In 2007, he gained recognition when he appeared on Uri Geller's reality show, The Successor. Since then, he has appeared in countless shows and became a well-known, sought-after performer, and I'm very happy to have him here in the studio. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much.
So, how does one become a mentalist?
Mentalist, I need to learn a lot, from the world of NLP, hypnosis, suggestion, technique, psychology technique, and other.
Right.
All this for learn this word, mentalism.
But okay, so when did you know this is what you wanted to do with your life?
Wow. Before 20 years, something like this.
How old were you?
13.
13?
Yeah.
At 13 you knew what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you do for it? There was no mentalist school.
I dreamed that I wanted to in my dream I see something, okay, and I say to my parents, I want to know how I can do this. And with the time I learned.
What you learned from? How did you learn? From watching others?
Books? A lot book, old book.
Yeah.
You cannot find this in the store or something like this.
Exactly. It's not something. Is it something that you have to be born with?
No, you learn it. You learn it. No. I don't have a special power, but I think you need some special power to do the show. No, the
to
technique.
Be a performer,
okay,
of course, you always need to know how to stand on stage, work with people.
Yeah.
In that sense, what's the hardest trick to perform?
What? I don't understand.
What is the hardest trick to perform? I mean, in the sense that you have to, there are a lot of things to keep track of, the people and some...
I need just the people, the mind. Before I start the experiment on the show, on the stage, I do some tests for find the right person that can play with me. And after I find it, the
sky's the limit. So what kind of test, for instance? Give us an example.
An example. Okay, for example, you can see on the screen here, I do some testing. This is a testing. Okay, I do this testing with the people, with the audience, and I find here someone.
This guy, he was the lucky.
Lucky. Yes. This is another test. Yeah.
And so what, you see that people are more open to suggestion?
Yes. For example, I want to do something with you right now for find the...
To see if I'm game.
Put your hand on the table, please. Put your hand at the table. Okay, the camera can see the table. Fantastic. And now, close your eyes, please, and imagine that you have something like a glue, okay, between your hand and the table.
Okay.
You can imagine it?
I'm
imagining. Fantastic. Now, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, and when I say the number 3, you try to take your hand up. But this situation, it's very, very special because your hand, it's completely stuck on the table. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So I begin. 1. Feel the energy between your hand and the table. 2, feel how your hand is stuck, completely stuck. And 3, you can just feel it. Okay, what happened? Your hand, it's up, it's not stuck.
It's not
so
stuck.
If I do this test in show, I don't take you on the stage.
You don't pick me.
Okay, but some people can, yes, oh wow.
They will leave it on the table.
Yes, so I can take him for 1, 2, 3, 4 things, and this is one of tests.
I see. All right, so I didn't pass the test.
Yes, but with this test, I find you something about you.
You find something for my level. When we get to it.
Okay.
I'm curious before we get to it, because I'm a little worried also. Dealing with hypnosis and suggestions, Are you worried that you're messing with people?
No, because this is the reason. If you don't want this to happen, it's not happen.
It's not gonna happen.
I don't going to control you or something like this.
But I shouldn't be too worried.
I guide you. I explain you how to do it. I cannot.
You can't really turn me into a chicken.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's try something. What are we gonna try?
I find something with you. Please close your eyes. Close your eyes. And before you open, I want here to write you something. Just a minute, please. Okay. Open your eyes. Look this. Okay. And down I write here something. Okay. Open your eyes. I want you to choose a number between 1 to 100.
1 to 100. Okay.
You have?
Yeah, I got one.
You can tell me what is the number?
17.
17.
Yeah.
17. 7 and 0. Yeah?
No.
17. 1 7. Sorry. 1 7. 1 7. You believe I influence you?
To pick this number?
Yes.
No.
But I write here something before 1 and 7. 1 and 7. This is the
I'm
number.
impressed.
Yeah. Something very simple to do with the suggestion.
I need an explanation. If not on camera, I'll demand it later. Yoni, that was very impressive. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Moving on now. In honor of the centennial of the birth of French singer Edith Piaf, France's National Library is devoting a large-scale retrospective honoring the legend. Sandy Fortis takes a look.
Non, rien de rien.
For many people, the name Edith Piaf resonates with a collection of grey, sad cabaret songs from the World War II period. But new findings tell us something quite different.
Ce qu'on a trouvé, c'est des lettres.
We found letters, sometimes very funny letters, from Pierre Brasseur and Michel Simon, that put us on the track of something very interesting. Usually when we hear the songs of Piaf, we tend to interpret them as sad. But she was actually a very funny woman, who loved to laugh, who loved to party. And this is one of the things, perhaps, we discovered.
Besides her cheerful side, many other secrets of the life of Edith Piaf are unveiled to the public at the National Library of France. A major retrospective is devoted to this French music icon in honor of what would have been her 100th birthday. Pictures, songs, lyrics, letters, posters, audiovisual materials, objects, over 400 rooms are part of this display, including unpublished materials which have never been released.
Il y a aussi au département de l'audiovisuel.
The audiovisual department will enable visitors to enjoy unpublished songs of Piaf on an old Polydor record which was nearly thrown away but saved by the BNF.
Dans lesquels il y avait des inédits de Piaf.
The centerpiece of this exhibition is the famous little black dress.
La petite robe noire, ça a été, c'est vraiment.
The little black dress is the emblem of Edith Piaf. It is attached to her face and her career, and ultimately reminds us of her voice. So it is essential to remind us of her character and her life as an artist.
Sa vie d'artiste.
A life she devoted to singing, her lovers, and her country.
Elle est née d'une famille de gens de cirque, mais qui étaient.
She was born in a family of circus people who were very poor, and therefore her humble background helped her in a way to become a symbol of the people. She gradually built a blue, white and red picture, a patriot singer for the French prisoners in Germany during the war.
An emblem of the people, the life of the street singer who became an international star is also essential to the history of France. Piaf, a tribute exhibition to discover or rediscover the Little Sparrow, will be on display until August 23rd.
A Cambodian school is allowing some of the country's most impoverished young people to find a new life through art and theater. School now trains young people in the arts, and former students have been wowing audiences at a professional circus. Let's take a look.
It's a theatrical experience as modern and inventive as anything you'd find in the world's major capitals. Yet the Phar Circus has made its home in northern Cambodia. The shows combine dramatic physical feats with live music and even live painting. But what really makes Far different is the background of the performers.
My childhood, it's like I saw my father fighting with my mom every night after he came back from the gambling and drink with friends. And I and my sibling need to work. We need to get up like 4 a.m. in the morning, and you go into the town, collect the bottle of Coca-Cola or some pepper, some boxes that is true in trust, and then sell it to change it for the money.
Poonam's story is typical of Far's cast, one that includes former beggars, orphans and human trafficking victims. But the years of hard work needed to reach the big top begin here. The Far Ponyu Selpak School was founded by Cambodian former refugees in 1994. As well as providing regular education, it uses the arts to help disadvantaged young people deal with trauma and strengthen their poor local community close to the city of Battambang.
It's not only expressing, but they themselves can educate people that, okay, I face with this problem, so I show this problem to you, and this is my experience to overcome this, and so it helps also other people.
More than 1,200 children of all ages now receive free education at the school. They can also specialise in various branches of the arts, with more than 100 currently enrolled on the circus programme. Some of them may get the chance to perform professionally at the Far Circus, which raises funds for the school and plays to packed houses in Siem Reap, close to the Angkor Wat temple.
Of course, that's a huge inspiration, and there's more and more children and teenagers attending the school in Battambang. And each generation of students is stronger than the previous one.
One current show, Soka, directly addresses the Khmer Rouge genocide of the 1970s. As Cambodia continues to rebuild decades on, it's a symbol of the school's belief in art as a tool for personal and cultural rebirth.
Now it's time for Shachar Peled's segment, Off Screen. How are you doing, Shachar?
Great, Oded. Are you a Star Wars fan?
I'm not like a crazy Star Wars fan, but I am.
Who isn't?
Yeah.
Well, it's been a wild week for the real Star Wars fans, of course, starting with the release of the much anticipated new trailer for The Force Awakens. This pretty much brought many fans openly to tears. This is really, really exciting for so many people around the world, especially seeing Han Solo, oh my God, Harrison Ford here saying, yes, yeah. Chewie, we're home. Amazing, really. I was excited seeing it. And it's so awesome that it already gave Disney's stock a $2 billion boost, indicating the excitement of the investors, also known as nerds, towards the film, which will be released in December. Now, as if the trailer wasn't enough, Japan carrier All Nippon Airways, ANA, has launched a 5-year Star Wars project that includes, and hear me out, a new Boeing 787 Dreamliner painted with an R2-D2 on it. It really is incredible. It's like a Halloween costume of R2-D2 just for a plane. It's really incredible.
I like that.
Now, if you've ever dreamed...
Does it stop there, or are the flight attendants...
Well, it's a 5-year project, so everything can happen.
It's going to go somewhere.
Now, if you've ever dreamed of owning your own R2-D2 droid, some Star Wars fans have made that dream come true by simply building one themselves in their garages. The most realistic reproductions of the tiny robot character were on display at the Star Wars convention in California this week. So let's hear what some of the geeky participants had to say.
You know, for me, when I first started building my droid, there were two reasons. One was sort of a love of Star Wars, love of the universe, and really wanted to have my own piece within it. And R2 is such an iconic character that, you know, I instantly was driven by it.
I built them because I like droids, I like Star Wars, and I'm a member of the R2 builders.
It took 9 months, pretty much full-time, all my spare time. Weekends, I even took a couple weeks of vacation.
Why did you
took
build your droid?
A couple weeks of vacation off work to build the droid. I like C-3PO better. Now, this celebration takes place annually, but naturally, the excitement this year was over the top with great guests like director J.J. Abrams of the first film in this new franchise, and some of the cast members, including Mark Hamill, also known as Luke Skywalker, and Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia, of course. Very, very exciting.
Wow, that's really good.
Yes, everything here was very, very over the top Star Wars. Once again, this happens every year in California, but this year was especially exciting. The release of the film is ahead of Christmas this year, December 18th, expected to bring Disney really do well in the box office, let's say it this way. It's the first time the film in the franchise will be released by Disney, who we remind back in 2012 purchased it from Lucasfilm by $4 billion. $4 billion,
They'll do a good job promoting it.
Hopefully.
Thanks, Jaffa.
Thank you.
That's it from us for today. We'll be back before Star Wars, don't worry. So please join us again tomorrow.